Hello, Internet. I'm Insane Lane, as well as a Canadian girl. Happy Canada Day. This is being recorded on Canada Day. This one has been on the back burner for a long time. This is part of the backlog that I still have not cleared. Legal expert who thinks she's above the law. Do you know who my dad is? Always something you should be saying as an adult. Alright. Let's see what we got. And since this is so old, I remember literally nothing about why I downloaded it, so let's hope I was having a good day when I made that choice.
Hello. Hi, Officer. The Sarah Police, ma'am. I stopped you. You're doing 19 over.
I'm sorry.
How come you're going so fast?
I didn't realize, to be honest.
Okay. Pass your driver's license, please.
It's kind of hard with my nails. Can you pull it out?
Okay. I'll try.
In this episode of Cop Cam Max, officers stop a woman suspected knows her counter
Okay,
that
I don't.
I am coming.
Okay, by now you all know I don't like the narration. I agree with her with those cell phone wallets. Like, that is my main, issue of why I'll never have one, is it would just be too hard to get your things out. And if you have, 2, 3 cards in there, you'd have to take them all out and, flip through them to find the one you want. So, it's really not convenient. Plus, I'd be afraid of the thing, just the side splitting on it and my cards just falling out and I don't even know.
From my friend's house.
Have you had any alcohol tonight?
No.
You haven't had any at all?
No.
I feel like I could smell it. Can I check your eyes, make
Is
sure
there a
you're safe to
rubber
drive?
duck?
Okay, I do have.
I think there's a pink rubber duck and possibly another rubber duck on her dashboard. We all know how I feel about rubber ducks. If you've ever come to my book club, which is on my other channel, I should start linking to it. We know about the rubber ducks. Is this one of my people?
Conditions. I have to take my contacts out
For what?
because I have astigmatism.
So you can't look from side to side?
I can.
You can't look.
Do you know what
you can't.
astigmatism is?
Uh-huh. So if you were to look this way or this way,
I
you
can't
couldn't do that.
Mhm. I can't.
So how are the doctors allowing you to drive if you can't use your eyes?
Well, it's on my driver's license.
That you're restricted?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try to follow that with just your eyes.
Okay, we have several problems here. I think there was a bit of a cut there, so I hope that in the part that got cut out, he informed her she has the right to refuse this. But what she has just said is that her eyes tend to look unfocused and do the wobble a bit, which is what they're looking for when they're looking at your eyes for a field sobriety test. Though it's true that any flashing light or any brief light, so if they're flicking the light across your eyes, it's going to make your eyes do the bouncy thing anyway. So this is part of why these tests are bullshit, because the test can cause the very thing that it's looking for. And so it's just a really pathetic way for a cop to say, oh yeah, I definitely saw signs of impairment. I mean, I caused those by what I was doing, but I can take it as a sign of impairment, and now I can demand a breathalyzer or a blood test or whatever. But she is saying she has a condition where her eyes do that anyway. The officer is then being an asshole because he's implying, what, do we want up? Come on, up. No, I can't rub your belly right now, little baby. Because he's implying if she has astigmatism, then she shouldn't be driving or can't be driving. She said she wears contacts. There's nothing wrong with her having that condition and driving. And in case you didn't hear me, because Puppy muted me, I said there's nothing wrong with her having that condition and driving. But what it does is it negates the eye test for field sobriety, which is probably why he's being a dick about it. But he clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. Big shock there.
Don't move your head.
Also, these are terrible
Ma'am,
conditions.
I want you to step out of the car for me. So, how much alcohol have you had tonight?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Okay. I don't feel like you're being honest about that.
I am being honest.
Okay. So if I give you a breathalyzer, it'd be absolute zeros.
I don't have to be
That's
honest.
right.
You don't have to do what?
Do a breathalyzer.
She's correct. She doesn't have to, and he should have told her that. I'm not sure it's absolutely mandatory in every state that they tell you have the right to refuse this utter garbage, but they should. Because he's already made her take her contacts out and put these glasses on. She's not showing signs of impairment to me, but I'm not a good judge of that. Dude, if you think she's drunk, cut the crap. Like, I'm not a fan of this officer's attitude.
Sir.
But I'm putting it in a scenario. I'm not asking you to do this right now.
Yeah, well, I'm putting you in a scenario. I don't have to if I don't want to.
Okay. What I'm going to ask you to do, Miss Ruby, is I'm going to ask you to submit this field sobriety test to make sure that you're safe to drive this
I don't
vehicle.
have to do that, sir.
Okay. So
He's right.
Can I call my lawyer?
no, you cannot.
Okay,
Not
well, I
here.
don't have to.
You don't have to do what?
Whatever you're asking me to do, I don't have to.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
I understand. And that's absolutely true. You don't have to do this.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to place you under arrest for DWI
Why?
because of basically the totality of
Excuse me,
circumstances.
You can search my car.
Why would I do that?
Okay, so you're telling me I smell like it. Okay, search my car
Why would I do that?
because you're accusing me of something. That's why.
What have I accused you of?
Okay, officer, are you not paying attention to your own stupid mouth? Because you've accused her of being drunk while driving. Like, that's why I don't like this cop, because he's either really stupid or he's just playing games, which I'm not a fan of when police play these stupid games to try and trip people up and get them to make contradictory statements. And they do it by just manipulating and sounding like a fucking idiot and trying to get people to correct them. She has refused your tests. That is the end of that conversation. However, 9 times out of 10, cops will not take no for an answer, even though the courts have told them that they have to. So if he keeps trying to pressure her into doing field sobriety tests or a breathalyzer after she has clearly told him no, that is called coercion. And that is illegal. And he's saying he has the right to arrest her right now. Technically true. And I'm sure that his excuse for that is going to be that, her eyes were bouncing when he did the thing, but she told him she has a condition that makes that happen. So that negates that as evidence. You have evidence of nothing right now. Again, I'm not saying this girl is sober. I'm saying he has to prove it. And so far, he's doing a really piss poor job.
Okay, rewind it.
Rewind what?
You told me I smell like something.
Yeah, you smell like alcohol.
Okay, so
Pretty strong.
That is an accusation.
Why would I search your car? Because you smell like alcohol.
Because
How does that
wouldn't
make
you
sense?
find alcohol if I smell like alcohol?
Well, it depends if there's open containers in your car.
Yeah.
Well, then search it.
There may be some drunk logic at play here. Because, yeah, you not having alcohol in the car doesn't mean you're not drunk. Okay, if I go to a bar and I'm drinking and then I get in a car and go home, there's not going to be alcohol in the car. So she may be trying to, play the smart game here, but that ain't how that works.
Face that way for me.
No,
Yes.
no,
Okay.
No,
You
sir.
have to.
no,
Turn around.
no, sir.
Turn around and do not resist or force is going to be used against you.
Okay, why?
Turn around.
Okay, I mean, you haven't read my rights.
I don't need
Okay,
to read
my
your
rights.
right now.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'm gonna sue you, bro.
Turn around.
Okay, what's
face
my
forward.
rights? What's my
Turn
rights?
around. I'll read your rights.
I need your bro to come out here.
You want him to come out?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not so as nice as I am.
No,
He's not as nice as I am.
Bring him out here,
Don't make
sir.
threats, dude.
Bring him out
Adam,
here.
Can you help me out? He's not going to be as nice as I
Okay,
am.
Mr.
I'm
Officer.
telling you.
Okay, I'm really not okay with him saying he's not going to be as nice as I am because he's threatening her at that point. Like, there's no other way to take that other than he's going to be mean and or abusive to you. Are you sure you really want that? So again, I'm really not a fan of this cop and his attitude and his, methodology here. He definitely needs to be spoken to about it. The fact that he's even arresting her, quite frankly, I don't think he's got enough, but that doesn't matter. This is America. They will arrest you and make up a reason why later. And I'm not saying that he doesn't smell alcohol coming from her. He might well. But so far, you got proof of absolutely nothing.
He hasn't read my Miranda rights. He hasn't read my
I told
Miranda.
you.
Just to clarify, for anyone who doesn't know, police only have to read you your Miranda rights if they intend to question you about a crime. In this case, she's not being questioned about a crime at this point. They're just arresting her. However, if he does not read her rights and then ask her questions relating to, when was the last time you had a drink? Were you at a bar tonight? That is questioning her about an offense. So if he doesn't read her rights before doing that, he is violating her rights. So we'll see how that goes.
You need to
Yes,
comply
he
with
does.
us.
Okay,
Turn around.
let me explain something.
That's my
to you right
breath.
now.
You're under arrest for
Resist,
DWI.
I'm gonna fight.
No, I'm not.
We will. You are resisting.
No, I'm
We
not.
will use
You
force against
haven't.
you.
You haven't read my.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, I don't.
No, it does
I know
not.
my rights.
You don't know shit.
I do because do you know who my dad is?
I don't care who your dad is.
Okay, you'll be real sorry after this.
Okay, let go so I don't break your finger.
I'm not gonna let go.
Okay, you just threatened to break her finger? Both these cops are getting real close to an F here. This guy needs some time out. Because you should never be threatening to break somebody's bones. And the fact that he's doing it so casually tells me he's like this all the time. But I'm not a fan of this. This is absolutely bullying. This is abusive. It would not surprise me if these two have taken that garbage alpha male warrior training crap that some police departments let their officers take, that basically tells them you're not a man unless you've shot somebody today. It's disgusting. I'm trying to see where we are. No, it's too blurry.
Okay.
Stop
Stop
pulling
pulling.
away.
If you don't stop pulling, I'm gonna put your ass on the ground. You understand me?
Do it.
Stop.
Do it. I dare
Stop.
you. I dare you. I dare you.
Stop.
I dare you. Because you know who my dad is?
I don't care.
Oh, really?
No,
You will.
I don't
After you
care.
do, you'll be fucking crying, bro.
Don't care.
Really? You'll be fucking crying, bro.
But we need to make better decisions.
Okay.
Let's go this way. Let's go this way.
What's my Miranda rights?
Miranda only applies to custodial interrogation.
Here,
Not
stop right
true.
here.
Always read to everybody. I know my rights.
God, you watch too much TV.
Miss Officer, they haven't read my Miranda rights. They
Okay.
haven't.
Okay, I'll have him read you your rights.
Okay, but that was no. They should have done that before they put me in handcuffs.
Separate your feet. Step
Yeah, I
out.
don't have
Step out
anything
like
on
this.
me.
Okay, but step out like this, please.
Ruby, you have the
Okay,
right to
so what are
remain
you
silent.
arresting me for?
You did
What are
what?
you arresting me for?
I told you, driving
What
under
are
the
you
influence.
arresting me for?
I just told you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say
Yeah,
can will be
now
against you in
after I'm
court.
in handcuffs,
You have the right to
you-
talk with an
you
attorney before and during questioning.
you fucked up.
Have that
Do you
attorney
know
present
who
with you
my
during
dad is?
questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, want to be appointed to represent you, at no cost to you before any questioning.
Step
You
out.
can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answering questions or making statements. Do you understand your rights?
Because you didn't tell me my rights before you put me.
Okay, two things to note there. One, he sounded terrible reading that. Like, a judge is not going to be happy with the way he just read that. Also, she just said no, she doesn't understand her rights, which negates him reading them. So, again, they should not be asking her any questions. And no, they don't have to read them before handcuffing someone. That is true.
Would you like to talk to me?
So you're gonna be fucked. You and APD, you're gonna be fucked.
Whatever
And
you
you're
say,
gonna be
man.
fired.
Whatever
Bro,
you
I
say.
promise you that.
Stop moving.
Don't.
Stop moving.
Don't fucking touch me, bro. Okay, so what am I
I'm
being
gonna check
arrested for?
Okay.
I've already told you like 3 times.
No.
Do you want your sweater buttons?
I need to call someone because Mr. whatever the fuck his name is did not read my fucking rights to me.
The 54, please.
Yeah, bro, you fucked up. Whenever you lose your job, you're gonna remember
Step over
me.
here,
Okay.
please.
Stop
Step over
pulling
here.
away. Let's go.
Stop. Let's go.
Ruby, let's go.
Let's go.
You're making this worse for yourself.
I'm not gonna step in there.
You're gonna have to.
No,
That's absolutely what you're gonna do.
no,
Well, first thing we to put you in there.
Take a seat.
no.
Come on, Ruby.
Okay, get me my phone and then I
adult.
will.
Get your
Have a
phone.
I'm
seat.
being an adult, so bring my fucking phone
I will.
right now.
Absolutely get your phone for
I will.
you. Where's
Right
your
now,
phone? Where's your
No.
phone?
on my Jeep.
Okay, I'll go get it for you, but you need to sit.
Right now.
Take a seat. Put your feet in.
No, I'm
Put your
not.
feet in.
I'm not.
Okay, I'll put your feet in for you. Put your feet in.
I'm not.
And don't kick me or you'll get a charge. Put your
Good.
feet in.
Good.
Put your
Do you
feet
know
in.
who my fucking dad is?
No, and I don't care.
Yours.
Golly, she's blasted.
I know.
I'm feeling sick. Get me out of here.
You're not gonna get out of my car.
I'm feeling sick. Somebody needs to get me out of here unless you want to get sued.
Okay, man.
I'm feeling sick.
You're gonna have to suck it up.
Do you understand? Are you fucking retarded? So whenever
Okay, he is not allowed to just ignore somebody saying I'm feeling sick. It might be just because she is drunk and needs to puke, or the stress could just be making her want to puke. But the correct answer is to say, do you need an ambulance? I don't care if you don't agree with that she's sick or you think she's faking or she's being a drama queen. That's not your decision to make. Somebody says I'm sick, you ask them if they want an ambulance, and then if they say no, your ass is covered. At this point, he's doing some things wrong here. I will say I'm also not a fan of this channel and their snide comments at the top and, this South Park looking picture they have. There's a reason there's some channels I don't take videos from often. Like I said, this has been on the backlog for months and months and months.
After you lose your job, you'll think about me.
Okay.
So get me out of here, or we're gonna have some fucking problems.
What are you gonna do?
Bro, whenever you fucking think about that in a fucking month from now, you're gonna be real fucking sorry. Trust me, I promise you that.
How much do you make? Like $20 an hour?
Okay, so what am I being arrested for?
I've already told you a bunch of times. Pretty substantial. I don't need to show you a damn thing right now.
Your whole fucking career is about to be fucking fucked, bro.
What's your badge number?
It's 7345.
No, you need to tell me your badge.
I just told you it.
No, if I ask
I just told you that.
fucking badge,
I just told you it.
give it to me. So what's your fucking badge number?
I just told you it.
What is it?
I just told you it.
Okay, say it again.
I don't need to say it again. I already told you it.
I'm asking you to.
That sucks. You should have listened. You should have listened. You should have listened.
Okay, officer, shut up! God, this guy gets such an F. The lack of professionalism, he's acting like a goddamn child. Don't argue with the drunk person. Don't get into this schoolyard back and forth. I just told you. You're supposed to be a goddamn grown-up, as well as a professional. Ain't a very professional job right now. And you're acting like this? If I'm his captain and I'm seeing this, oh boy, would we be having some words. This is not how you rep your department, dude.
No, because you didn't say it.
Okay, well, it's on body camera.
Okay, let me tell you your fucks up. Your fuck ups.
You're what? You say that
You
again?
didn't give me my Miranda rights.
That's
Before you give me,
okay.
before you put me in fucking handcuffs.
Okay.
So there's your first fucking fuck up.
All right. Uh-huh.
You have no fucking reason to have me in fucking handcuffs or fucking have me arrested.
Because you're driving drunk?
'Cause once you find out who my dad is, you're gonna fucking cry.
Okay.
I'll have my dad go after you. So you fucked up. So I hope you can think about that. Do you want to call my dad? Do you want to call my lawyer? And I know my fucking rights. And you're not used to fucking people knowing their fucking rights. And I know my fucking rights. Get me off these fucking handcuffs right now.
What does that even mean? Get you off those handcuffs?
Law enforcement? Are you fucking stupid?
Get you off those handcuffs?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Out of my.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Why am I arrested?
That's the way you say it.
Right now. Why
I already told you like 5 times.
Why am I arrested? What am I being
Ruby.
arrested for?
You're being arrested for DWI.
Okay, do you have proof?
This officer does.
What proof?
That's correct. Do you have anything in your mouth?
I don't have to answer to you if I don't want to.
Okay.
What proof? You want to keep adding to your dumb shit? You first did it. You did not read my fucking Miranda rights. You arrested with no probable cause.
What did you what are you trying to say? Leap, leap, leap. What did you try to say? Jeez. Like your speech is that slurred.
Okay, what was my cause?
Jeez. Miss Ruby, you're pretty ripped.
Why am I being arrested for and taking a job for?
Can you repeat that sentence to yourself?
Why am I being arrested for and taking?
Gee, that doesn't make any sense.
Why am I being arrested for?
That doesn't make sense.
Why am I being arrested for and taken to jail?
I've already told you, and she told you. I told you, and she told you.
What?
We both told you already. No, you're not gonna. Nope.
I want to hear it again.
That sucks for you. You don't get to make demands.
No, it sucks for you when you lose your job for not reading me my Miranda rights.
Okay.
What
What am I being detained for? Arrested?
We have to step
No,
out.
I'm asking you guys a question.
You've already been told this.
Okay.
Step out like a
tell
big
me
girl.
again.
Like an adult, step out. Please.
Like I'm a fucking adult. I'm asking
was
you
that?
guys. Why am I being arrested for?
Will you step out for us?
No, I'm asking.
We're gonna have to pull you out, Ruby. Let's not go there.
What?
We're gonna pull you
I
out if you don't get
know
out.
Little cameras are recording everything, so let me
Okay,
know.
Ruby. We're not gonna do this.
Okay,
Let's go.
Mr. Officer,
Let's go.
don't pull me.
Car. Out. Come on, Ruby. Be an adult.
Okay, why am I being arrested?
Jesus.
Okay, we have who?
Yes, that's why you're under
What
arrest.
the fuck was wrong with you?
Let me know.
Get smelling on me. There's that.
Stop.
You say you want to be treated like an adult, act like one.
Well, I'm asking you as an adult. And you,
Acting like a child.
Okay, officer, you need to stop with the bullshit of telling her to act like an adult when you've been the most childish one in this entire video.
You've been told several times.
like, I have nothing against you because you're a girl. I'm not like him. He did not read me my Miranda rights. He did. Don't get it. Before you arrested me, he did not.
Don't push me. Take a seat. Don't elbow me in the fucking mouth. Stop. Sit down.
Sit down.
Now.
Oh, now you guys have done that part. What? Right?
You're vile and disgusting. You are.
Your mommy.
Okay, and I was ready to give female officer like a fairly decent grade because so far she'd been the only one to get any compliance. She'd been the only one to show any kind of like just basic decency and acting like a person. But the way she just called her vile and disgusting, now she's just as much of an idiot as the other two and claiming she's trying to elbow you in the mouth. How exactly? The physics don't work there, girl. Like, and the fact that you can't handle getting one person to sit down and somebody else had to help you makes me think you should not be doing this job.
No, not as much as yours. You're despicable. Same to you.
Your mom.
Okay, do we see the other officers who probably outrank this idiot? See them saying nothing about the disgusting way she's behaving. Again, so far the person under arrest has the best manners right now because I haven't seen her calling anybody names. She's told them that they're fucking up and do you know who my daddy is? But she is not calling anybody names. And she doesn't have the burden of having to act professional, whereas they do. And I think I saw a patch that says Albuquerque, which would explain some things. It has a certain reputation, both for, you know, a lot of drinking and for the police being utterly disgusting.
If y'all wanna fucking check his body cap, he's fucking arrested me before he read me my fucking Miranda
Hey,
rights.
Smith. Listen to this.
No, he did.
Tell him again. Tell him again.
He did.
Tell him.
You arrested me for no
Now we're-
probable cause.
Probable what?
Probable cause.
Okay.
You did not read me my Miranda rights
Okay.
before you put me in handcuffs. I know my fucking rights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You did not.
I'm
read
about to tell you something
my
important.
rights when you
So
put
right
me
now
in
you're under arrest for
handcuffs.
driving while under the
You
influence,
did not-
intoxicating, liquor,
you
or
did not
drugs.
read me my fucking
When
Miranda
next to
rights
implied
when you
incident
put me in
requires you to submit to a breath test to determine the alcohol content of your blood. After you take our test,
I don't
you have the right to choose an additional independent
I don't
test.
have to.
If you choose to take this additional independent test,
Can I
you have the
call
right
my
to a
attorney?
reasonable
I
opportunity
cannot call my
to arrange for a
attorney.
physician, a licensed nurse, a laboratory technician, or technologist who's employed by a hospital or physician of your own choice.
Okay, now you're.
Do you agree to take our test?
I don't have to.
And I'll force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year. Do you now agree to be tested?
I won't be tested. I don't want to.
Okay, I consider
Okay, she's been clear. Again, the way he read that sounds atrocious. You need to put some freaking authority in your voice and make sure she's listening because she, at best, half was. But in case you missed it, just prior to that, he actually said to another cop, like, hey, come over here and listen to this and make fun of this girl with me when she was saying about he didn't read me my rights before putting me in cuffs. She is wrong about that. He doesn't have to read her rights before putting her in cuffs, only before questioning her. He did read her rights. She said, no, I don't understand them, which negates that. But she's being clear that she is refusing the breathalyzer. So that should be the end of any interaction at all. At this point, she should just be left to sit there. They go do the paperwork, put her in a cell to sober up until the morning, and then, like, let her go with probably a court appearance. There should be no further communication at this point. You have nothing else to say.
Actions or refusal.
Can I call my attorney?
That's what I thought.
Where's my purse? That's the Gucci purse that I have in my Jeep.
It probably stayed in there. I don't have them.
Okay, well, you guys need to get it. If that shit gets lost, that's on you.
I don't care about your Gucci purse. It's in your vehicle. It got towed. The vehicle's rolled up.
Okay,
The roads were locked.
Fucking handcuffs, because I can't.
Okay, so did you inventory the car before it was towed? Is the purse on the inventory? And why didn't you bring her purse? Like, I'm sorry, but that is really bad policing. She obviously is going to need her purse. You, officer, are going to be asking for her ID. Where do you think it is? So, again, these cops are really, really bad. And the attitude is just not helping. The incompetence is one thing, but the attitude is just really atrocious.
Repeat that sentence to yourself.
I'm on my period, so.
Repeat that sentence to yourself. Get you off those handcuffs.
Yeah, because I'm on my period.
Come over here. The restroom's right here. Go to the restroom.
Okay, can you get me a tampon?
I'll get you one. You stand over here.
Okay,
Second.
well, I need it before.
I'll
I'm
fucking
gonna go
get
to
you.
the restroom
Okay,
first.
go back in the cage.
I need a tampon.
Come on. Go back in the cage. Go back in the cage. Let's go. I'm not gonna sit here and do this game with you.
I need a tampon. I need to call my
Go
attorney.
ahead.
I have the right to
I don't
contact my
care.
attorneys.
Okay, so if you're gonna keep doing this,
Yeah.
you're not gonna use the restroom.
have the
I
right-
told you to use the restroom.
No,
That's the only thing you're doing.
Use the right for me to use.
Okay,
the
well,
restroom.
you're gonna go back in the cage then. Back in the cage then. Back in the cage then. You're not gonna go to the restroom.
I need to change my fucking tampon.
I tried to do that for
You
you.
want me to put it all over my?
I tried to pull. Please shut.
Fucking abuse. I need to change my fucking
Be
tampon.
quiet for a second. Listen, I tried to pull you out.
Tampon.
Will you listen for a second? Okay,
I am fucking listening.
just be quiet then. Okay, if I pull you out, that's to let you use the restroom so you can do that. Okay, do you want to do that? That sounds like a yes. Well, use that time to do that.
Fuck up and get me the fuck out of here.
You're not gonna make demands, but I'm gonna accommodate you. Okay, but you need to use the restroom. Okay, all right.
And you got that shit on your fucking camera.
You have to go into the restroom.
That's abuse. I've been fucking asking you.
I understand that. Go ahead.
Okay, get me out of here.
Go to the restroom and I will.
Okay, where's my pad?
Go to the restroom and
Where's my
it's on the
tampon?
sink. Nope. Turn and face me.
What?
It's the way it has to be. You have to be handcuffed. I'm serious.
No,
How
she
am I
doesn't.
supposed to change my
It's the way it goes.
Okay, this is bullshit. Speaking as a female, if my hands are cupped in front of me, there's no way I can properly use a bathroom at all. And that's without needing to change a tampon. It is not possible to either, you could probably get it out. It wouldn't be easy and it would be a mess, but you definitely could not put a new one in while you are handcuffed. And the fact that he is putting cuffs on her inside the station, inside a bathroom, when there's like 10 cops standing around. Also, it should be a female escorting her to the bathroom. And, you know, if you're that fucking worried, the female cop can go in the bathroom and stand in the corner. Like, if you are that much of a goddamn coward, that inside a police department, inside a bathroom, you need somebody to be handcuffed. This is absurd. I do not believe for a second that this is proper procedure. I think he's just being a dick here. But there's no way she can do what she needs to do with her hands cuffed in the front. That's just not possible. So as far as I'm concerned, he's absolutely violating her rights at this point. This is abusive. And again, with his bullshit attitude, regardless of how drunk this woman may be, and that is still a question because we still have no proof of it whatsoever, all of his attitude, his back talking, the name calling, the childish antics, and now this, whatever charges they lay are gonna get tossed because the police are, as far as I am concerned, very much violating her rights here, and they have been nothing but abusive and incompetent this entire time.
It's the way it goes. You have to.
I'll get a fucking infection.
You have to be restrained. All like prisoners have to be
Okay,
restrained
for what?
because that's the policy here.
Okay, no, tell me why.
Bullshit.
Because how combative have they been?
Why?
Now
No,
change your
tell me
pad.
Why?
She has not been combative. I'm sorry. She may be like verbally combative, which I don't count as combative because I'm sorry, it's just not. But she has not been combative. That is absolute bullshit. Like, this cop is crossing some lines now.
Change your pad,
I can't change it like
or
this.
you're gonna go back in the cage.
I can't change my pad like this.
Okay, so you don't want to do that.
Okay, what am I being arrested and detained
Okay,
for?
so we're not gonna let you change your pad.
Don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking touch me. You're touching me for no
Okay.
fucking thing.
Okay, so you just said you're now denying her the right to change her pad, which can cause serious infection and medical complications for women. Because she told you, I can't do it with my hands cuffed like this, which is true. And again, there's no reason for her to be cuffed like that, and I don't believe for a second that it is policy for her to be cuffed while in the bathroom. Again, put a female cop in the room with her if you're, worried she's concealing drugs, worried she'll harm herself, worried about whatever. Put a cop in the room to watch her then. That's how you handle that.
Can you open the cage again? This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're a child.
Don't fucking touch me.
You are acting like a child.
No, you're acting like a child.
Yes, I'm 100% on her
We
side.
tried to do that. No.
She was charged with battery on a peace of officer, aggravated DWI. I would love to know what the statute on that is. How is it aggravated? Speeding, failure to have her car registered, failure to notify motor vehicle division of address change. So wow, they got petty on her. They got really, really, really petty. And it's because he doesn't like her attitude. Well, I don't like yours either. Battery on a peace officer, didn't see it. I'm not sure what makes it an aggravated DWI. But again, the DWI, likely she could get it tossed because they've got nothing. I can't even say that I know 100% that this woman is drunk because all they've got is I smelled alcohol on her and I saw her eyes do the bouncy thing, which she explained by saying, I have a condition that makes my eyes do that. So, you know, again, it's New Mexico. They're known for being bullshit, especially in Albuquerque. So maybe a judge will just take an officer saying I smelled alcohol as proof that she's drunk, but you've got nothing because she knew her rights and she knew you don't do fields, you don't do a breathalyzer. So I'm betting the DWI gets tossed. I think he did say something about her speeding initially, so that's probably valid. Failure to have your car registered. Yeah, you should have your car registered. Failure to notify of a change of address. Like, again, that's getting petty. So I can go with him on the speeding and the register. The rest is garbage. It's absolute fucking garbage, and their behavior just makes it worse.
No, it's not gonna go.
I'll bleed all over my
Fuck.
Yeah, and this nonsense.
Child.
You're the
All
child.
the charges against the woman were dismissed because the
Yes.
officer did not read her Miranda rights
Well,
before
this-
placing
no.
her in handcuffs. Just kidding. The woman pleaded not guilty. The charges are still pending. Cop Cam Max will update the status of the case in the pinned comment to this video.
All right, let's take a peek and see if they actually did. Did the comments load? Okay, so no, as of 2 months ago, there's no update. Okay, so that was such a clusterfuck. It would not surprise me at all if all the charges do end up dismissed, largely because of the police officer's behavior. As I said, they have no proof on DUI because she didn't submit to their test and she didn't submit to a breathalyzer. And I don't think a judge is going to take a cop's word of she smelled like booze and therefore she's drunk. Because even if she did smell like booze, she can say, well, I was at a party and somebody spilled a drink all over me. You know, Smelling like alcohol doesn't mean somebody has been drinking. That's why they need actual proof, and they don't have any. And also, the cops' bullshit goddamn attitude and bickering with her and telling her she's acting like a child when really he's the one acting like a child, and then denying her the right to change her feminine hygiene product. That is an absolute violation of her rights. That puts her health in jeopardy. She told them that she needed to do it. They had a female officer there that they could have put in the bathroom with her. There was no reason she had to be cuffed in the bathroom. I think that's fucking bullshit. I think he was lying about that. I think he just was doing it to be a jerk and hassle this woman. But yeah, every officer is getting a straight F. The guy who threatened to break her finger needs to be severely disciplined. He needs anger management and a couple weeks off to remember why you don't threaten to break people's bones, especially somebody who's pretty much being compliant with you. The main officer, yeah, if I'm his captain, I'd be like, what the hell is this crap? Like, I'm going to go to court and show a judge this, you acting this way, and you antagonizing this woman and getting into a schoolyard argument with her and, you know, calling her a child and your stupid little thing in the car. Like, what the hell are you thinking? You're supposed to be the grown-up. You're supposed to be the professional, and you're acting worse than she is. Like, if I'm a judge and I have this cop in front of me saying, yes, she was definitely drunk because I smelled alcohol on her, and then I see him acting like that, I'm not putting so much stock in this guy's word anymore. That is why professionalism matters, because these videos get out or they're used as evidence. And, you know, cops, them giving their word is why they have the authority that they do. People have been convicted of like crimes they did not commit because a police officer got on the stand, put their hand on a Bible and said that they saw them, or I saw them, or somebody told me, or whatever. People have been convicted solely on a police officer's word. That's how much stock it gets in a courtroom. This guy has given all of his credibility away. Because acting like this, you're not a credible witness. Female cop, I was going to give her a higher grade. She was clocking in at about a B because she was actually being effective and to some degree professional. But then when they get to the jail, she turns into snotty little princess herself, calling this woman names, calling her disgusting, and just acting like a total Cassie. So she can take an F too. So that is a complete fail for all three officers. As for the title, legal expert thinks she's above the law. Do you know who my dad is? Yes, she said, do you know who my dad is? I don't think she was claiming to be a legal expert. She just had her, you know, Miranda facts a little confused. But that does not excuse the way that the police were acting. And I think they still violated her rights. And, you know, just in general, yeah, I definitely think all these charges could and should be dropped because they did not go about things the right way. Like, if you have actual probable cause, you don't need to act the way they were acting. You know, and like, people need to understand this is how things get thrown out in court. This is how legit, valid charges, which some of those were, get dismissed because officers do a terrible job or act inappropriately or unprofessionally. And, you know, people get off on actual serious crimes. Not, these are not, you know, but because of incompetence or unprofessionalism, it matters. So let's take that as the lesson of the day. If you're in a professional job, act like it. But that will do it for this one. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Do you think this woman was actually drunk? We never even got proof of that. How do you think the officers acted when they initially pulled her over? What do you think of the main officer's, you know, childish comments back to her? The guy who threatened to break her finger, how would you have responded to that? What do you think should happen with him? The female officer's sudden turn of behavior once they got to the station. And what do you think the outcome of this case should be? Do you think the charges should stand? What do you think the sentence should be? Or do you think they should be dismissed? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. If you're new here, like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully there will be more Puppy next time. He's very sleepy. But until then, I've been Insane Lane, as well as a Canadian girl. Happy Canada Day once again. And until next time, take care of you and love on a fur baby. Bye-bye.